Fakes down low into the post up top. Bradshaw step back three. Good. Nothing but net by McKinley. Bradshaw. Hansen turns around against Ellingford. Pretty move from the senior.
Eagles basketball is on the air. Lyman High School is ready to soar through the 2019-2020 season. Catch it all on your home for Bridger Valley basketball. MyLocalRadio.com. Lyman basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Come On In of Casper, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Plains Tire, Want Specialties, Trona Valley. Now, Eagles fans, it's time to head to the booth to join the play-by-play voice of the Bridger Valley, Jake Hibbard.
Welcome in one more time for Friday as we just finished off Mountain View defeating Pinedale 52-31 or 51-32 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board to earn their spot in tomorrow's region title. We have Worland and Lyman both looking to do the same in about 4 minutes from now. Live on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at MyLocalRadio.com. We'll give a shout out to Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction and Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness for bringing you the pregame show and first look. We don't have too much time for either one of those, but what we can say for that first look is that it's two teams headed two different ways as far as how their style of play is, but both very effective. That's how you get to a semifinal at regionals. Lyman really trying to cause a lot of confusion, run up and down the court. And Worland will certainly do something similar as well, but they make their bread down low in the post with three incredible post players by the names of Darla Hernandez, Asia Montoya, and Denali Jones. Those are three of the starters for Worland. The other two, Logan Ewell, I believe, and Kate Wassam, the point guard for Worland. If there's any changes on that fifth starter, we'll see you for opening tip and first quarter action here at Lyman High School, day 2 of the regional tournament on MyLocalRadio.com. This is a First Bank presentation.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your job, we ensure your home or business will again be a safe place to occupy. Call me, Chase, at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
We hope you're enjoying this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Whatever it is you need, Bradshaw's can probably help. The Come On In of Casper. When it comes time to cheer on your Buffs or Eagles at state, the Come On In is your best bet for a great night's stay. Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. General Manager Dennis Lynch invites you to come and experience a community-driven dealership. Evanston Regional Hospital. Quality healthcare close to home. Bridger Valley Motor. Got a check engine light blinking? Don't guess at what the problem is. Take it to Slim at Bridger Valley Motor in Lyman. And achieve sports medicine and physical therapy. No excuses, just results. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
I've got a question for you, Kate.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for some basketball?
I am so ready for some basketball. Are you ready for basketball?
I am, and ready or not, here it comes. The starting lineups for the second time today. The road team Lyman, despite being on their home court, a number 2 seed. Starters being announced right now. Bright blue jerseys. They look bluer than normal, don't they?
They do look bluer than normal. I kind of like it.
I love it. I think they maybe use that Tide color guard or that detergent. They look outstanding. Crisp new jerseys for a regional semifinal game. Charles C. Rose, Bryce Hansen, Sage Bradshaw, and I'm forgetting someone. Mandy Air out there for Lyman. Just had to look out. It was like, oh yeah, I could just look out onto the court. Starters, take a look down, and yes, those were the correct 5 for the Worland Warriors. Kate Wassam, watch her. She's a 5'5" senior and a quick point guard. Really makes everything go for this team. And then we mentioned down low in the post, 3 players listed at power forward or center. Darla Hernandez, a junior, 5'10". Asia Montoya, 5'9", a sophomore, and Denali Jones, a junior at 6 feet. And then Logan Ewell, a 5'8", junior. Starters for the Worland Warriors. Those are your starters, and we are about set for action here on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Got to put up some time and redo those scores. 51-32, we just finished up a great Mountain View win. I didn't think it was headed that way at the quarter, to be honest. It looked like Pinedale was going to roll.
It did. Jake, would you do me a favor?
What would you like?
I would like you to change it so it's the first quarter.
Oh, there we go. First quarter indeed. We'll get that started. Thank you for that. And we are underway. Opening tip controlled by Lyman. They're moving from left to right. As we mentioned, the bright blue jerseys, white block lettering. Simple jerseys, but I really like them for Lyman. Baseline drive, tip outside to Hansen. 3 is up and in!
Nice start for Lyman.
If you're going to get things going, why not with a 3 by Bryce Hansen, the leading lady. Points end, distance shot-wise for the Lyman Eagles. Kate Wassam passes up top and out of bounds. As Timberland Crippen actually gets the start today. They don't go with all 3 posts. I think Asia Montoya starting on the bench. Let's see, we got Denali, or Darla in there, and then Denali. Yeah, so Asia is on the bench today. Timberland Crippen, the 5th starter for Worland. 2 shots missed by Denali Jones in quick fashion, and it's back to Lyman. Mandy Air drives baseline, floats it up, too long, and rebounded by Hernandez. Darla pushes up to Wassam. She races forward, rejected by Bryce Hansen. Tries to grab the ball out of the air, does, up ahead to Mandy. 3-on-2 advantage, bounce pass. Wassam came out of nowhere to steal the ball away. A foul on Worland, or maybe just a ball out of bounds. Yeah, no, there's no
travel.
A travel, thank you. 6:59 left. Turns it back over to Lyman. Toss up to Air, and the shot is missed. However, a foul comes in. Goes against Denali Jones, I believe. 1-2, yes, indeed. Well, if you're Lyman, you wouldn't mind going at Denali, get the 6-footer out of there as much as you can. Great size on this Worland team. You can see they definitely have a size advantage over every other team they're going to play for the most part. 4-0 after Mandy Air makes the first free throw.
And they all look athletic. Sometimes there's tall girls that are just kind of out there, but they all look athletic and they contribute to the team.
Yeah, it's 3 girls who played a part in the state championship, or the state runner-up volleyball team back in the fall, and we saw them play. I think, didn't we see them play against maybe Lyman or Mountain View at some point? Or maybe it was they played right after. That might have been it. I think they played right after Mountain View did. You weren't there. I was there watching Rollins, so yeah. Anyways, I saw them play volleyball there. Very athletic girls, and it translates to the basketball court as well. 6:45, 4-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Mandy Air takes the inbound for Lyman, and a 4-point lead for the Lyman Eagles. A good start. Timberland Crippen, no, that's Logan Ewell out there, guarding at the top. Over to the left side, Charles C. Rose has it on the corner, and then back to Mandy Air. Air to Charles C. Toss over near side. Coach Hansen almost at half court giving out instructions. Wing three up by Hansen, 2 for 2. And they both looked as pretty as the next. 2 great shots for Bryce Hansen. 6 points for her, a 7-0 lead on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Darla Hernandez back to Timberland Crippen. She'll pick up her dribble way at the back, about 25 feet from the hoop. Out left side, back to Crippen. Looking for Ewell, lofts it over to her. Mandy Air and Sage Bradshaw at the top of that zone. 3 ball tried by Crippen, no good. Rose on the board. Back to Air. Has Hadley Gross running with it. Catches the ball under the hoop, tosses out to Bradshaw. Mid-ranger too long and out of bounds. 5:41 left in the first period and 7 points on the board for Lyman. Worland still looking for their first, but you look at the body language. Worland doesn't look upset or concerned. They're a team that's been in situations like this before, and a quick lead is a good thing for Lyman, but it's certainly not going to break the back of a #1 team like Worland is.
No, not at all, and you can tell by looking at them out there. They're, all right, we're down right now, but we're going to come back.
Kate Wassam tosses over to Logan Ewell. Worland basketball going from right to left. Bradshaw tries to come away with a steal against Crippen. 2 steps into the lane. Rejection by Hansen, but a late foul call against who?
I don't know.
I disagree on that one. It was against Bryce Hansen. And Bryce looks back and says, was it on me? Because she rejected the shot up in the air and where there was no touch anywhere. I hate to disagree with the referee. You know this. However, that was just flat out not a foul.
I wasn't watching, so I'm not.
It was a great rejection, about 2.5 feet of distance between them.
Really?
Yeah. That was something of, I think, looking at the angle of what you had and assuming what happened as opposed to what did happen. Nonetheless, ball doesn't lie, so it's 7-0 still as both free throws go out of the rim. Mandy Air back to Sage Bradshaw, tosses into the lane. Hansen up off the glass, no good. Her own board, fouled by Jones, and Denali picks up her second. Well, Bryce picking up her first foul. That first foul always seems to go to Bryce Hansen. If you've been watching Lyman this year, always puts that sophomore on notice.
Yeah.
She got in a lot of foul trouble yesterday. Lyman was able to come away with a victory in that one. 2 free throws, I believe, upcoming, but first a timeout taken by Worland. We'll be back in 30 seconds on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com and KADQ 98.3 FM.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Welcome back to Lyman, where we were just having a conversation to the left of KWOR, Chance Bond, and he was having some questions about rosters. Oh, we've been down that road, haven't we, as far as the Lyman roster goes. Don't look at that if you want to know who's on the court.
You just got to know faces.
Yeah, you got to know faces to understand who's who out there on the Lyman court. Sage Bradshaw's been listed as 5 or 11 all year long. She's, I don't think, ever worn 11. 1 and 2 trip from the line for Bryce Hansen. Has us at 8-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in the opening period. 2-step scoop shot, no good by Kate Wassam. Nicole Peden into the game. Bradshaw up ahead, throws it up high. Mandy Air grabs it, rolls it out to the right wing, tosses off to the left side. Caroline Bradshaw takes it over to Bryce Hansen. 4:48 left. Back out to Bradshaw. Caroline tries a 3, just rims out. Denali Jones stays in the game with 2 fouls. Unless that foul went against someone else. A toss out of bounds and a bad decision by Kate Wassam there to throw it down the sideline. Really no room for her teammate Crippen to get any space.
No, there wasn't.
Hope Sinnott checks in for Lyman. She replaces Mandy Air. 8-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bryce Hansen with the basketball, tosses up ahead to Nicole Peden across the timeline. She waits for Hansen to come across and then throws a weak pass, ticked off by Ewell. Down to the ground, a jump ball called. Possession arrow is with Worland. Logan Ewell went down to the ground with Nicole Peden. And That was a case of telegraphing your pass and
Yeah.
then just making it too easy for the defense to come away with it when you did finally throw it that way. 4:23 left in the first period, 8-0. Down low to Denali Jones over her head and out of bounds.
We had too weak of a pass and then just too hard of one,
Yeah,
trying
I
to
mean,
figure out the play.
Yeah, just lofted it way over the head of a 6-footer. Bryce Hansen to Sage Bradshaw. Lyman working from left to right. Bradshaw with the basketball, guarded by Logan Ewell. Turn around to the right side, double team comes in, out to Sinnott. Bounce pass down low to Peden, turns around, shoots over Darla, missed. Off to the right, Denali Jones with the rebound. Kate Wassam takes the basketball, moving halfway through the first quarter across the timeline. Pass over to the right wing, it's Timberland Crippen. Looks back to Kate Wassam, working with her right hand, Crippen on the right sideline, guarded by Caroline Bradshaw. Out to the corner, back to Wassam. Double team on that 3-2 extended zone. Sage Bradshaw steals it away from Hernandez. Up ahead to Sister Caroline. And the layup is good. It's 10-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. We mentioned at one point in the Pinedale game that Mountain View, if they started to get things going, they still had spotted Pinedale 9 points. Well, in this case, Worland gets things working. They can turn it around in a hurry, but they've spotted Lyman 10 points. And a foul on Bryce Hansen is just what Worland needed to turn the momentum of this game around. Hansen goes to the bench, as does Sage Bradshaw. It seems like about half the games Bryce is dealing with foul trouble.
Well, you look at it, it's the same for the boys. Andrew Housekeeper's kind of in the same boat, or at least was, that they're normally the first ones to get fouls, but they're very physical players.
Caroline back to Nicole Peden, and then a foul comes in on Logan Ewell, I believe. Coach Hansen says good job with the hands to Madison Harris. She caught a high ball and just held on to it to keep that ball from heading out of bounds and allow the foul to even be called. That's 3 fouls for Worland, and it was on Logan Ewell. A toss-up to Mandy Ayer into the block. She works out of it as there was a quick defensive collapse there. Out to the left side. Caroline takes a 3. She's 0 for 2 from that distance. Rebounded by Timberland Crippen. 3:05 left in the first period, and it's 10-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board for Lyman over Worland. Kate Wassam drives in, looks out right, blocks. Denali Jones skips over to the left side. A stutter step. Ewell walked with it. Noah, man, a foul comes in. I thought she'd walked with it early, but she got that ball down on the ground just in time. So instead, a blocking foul on Madison Harris. 2:52 left in the first quarter. 10-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. That's Sister Carly Ewell into the game for Kate Wassam. Up top, down low to Hernandez. Hernandez loses control of the ball again. Caroline Bradshaw with it. 10-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bradshaw to Mandy Ayer at the top of the key. More like at the top of the circle. Hopes in it on the left wing. One dribble. Double team comes in, finds Hadley Gross. Had space, didn't want to attack though. 2:30 left. Mandy Ayer drives into the lane and draws a foul. It's 2 shots, either Hernandez or Denali Jones with the foul. It's 3-0. That is Darla Hernandez. 2:28, the clock is stopped. Bradshaw and Charles C. Rose, that being Sage Bradshaw and Charles C. Rose, check in after the first free throws missed by Mandy Ayer. Ayer's 1 of 3 from the free throw stripe. A little bit early, Lyman has a lead, but free throws have been an issue for this team at times.
They have been an issue, and there's a lot of games that could have gone differently if they would have made their free throws.
Second shot in. And so while it is early and while Lyman is 3 of 5, those free throws, you need every point you can get because at some point Worland is going to score and potentially come alive here. Another steal by Lyman. This defense is swarming the Worland Warriors offense. Mandy Ayer with the basketball, playing point guard with, off the foot of Charles C. Rose, down to the ground, trying to avoid the jump ball. I think there's a foul. There is a 4th team foul against Worland, and it's on Brooke Wright. Make it a 5th team foul. The freshman went down to the ground and got the elbow of Charles C. Rose. 2:08 and an 11-0 lead for Lyman. Sage Bradshaw over to Charles C. Rose, then to Hadley Gross, looking down low to Sinnott. Throw out, Charles C. bobbled the ball, back to Bradshaw, wing-to-wing pass, then to the free throw line. Mandy Ayer has it, 2 dribbles, out to Charles C. Fires from 3, it's up, misses. Hadley Gross on the putback is fouled. Hadley Gross to the free throw line. The aggressive play of Lyman is paying off for them as they have 1:50 left in the first period and have yet to allow Worland to score. So far, they've left just 2 points on the board, really on the free throw line. Hadley Gross with 2 shots, misses her first. And we have to continue to watch that because at some point, 11-0 runs happen in basketball all the time.
Oh, they do.
This game is not over. It's not even close to beginning. Hadley Gross makes her second. For Hadley, we'll take 1 of 2. She's been working on her free throws throughout the year.
You said yesterday she's like up to like 56%?
38%.
Oh, sorry.
Not quite there, but she started in the low 20s. It's hard to get up from a 20%. Yeah. Just ask anyone like me who used to go to high school and take English classes and forget to do your assignments for months on end. 1:39 left. Another steal by Lyman. 12-0. Down low to Charlesy. Turnaround shot. Good! How about 14-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board? Lyman on top of Worland, and yet another near steal. Rose almost comes away with it. Hernandez tosses it over the head of her teammate Yule and out of bounds. Worland is on the ropes, and Lyman's defense so far winning the battle of the day. Timeout taken. Everyone to their feet on the Lyman bench. 1:19 left and 14-0 the score on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KADQ 98.3.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
14-0 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman over Worland with 1:19 left in the first period. And so far, I guess the first time you see Lyman's defense, or the third time, Mountain View has seen it twice. It's been on the layup, is fouled. Take that away. That was Brooke Wright being fouled. She's headed to the line for 2 shots. 1:08 left in the first period. Jim went oddly quiet.
Yeah.
Fouls on Sage Bradshaw. It sounds like we're at Jackson Hole High School right now.
On a Saturday morning.
I always called that place the library. Brooke Wright at the free throw line. First shot is up and in.
That was a high arc, but it just swished in.
The freshman gets the first point of the day for Worland. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Peden. She loses control of it right into the hands of Asia Montoya. Put up no good. Her and Mandy Air tied up, and Mandy Air wins that battle. Comes away with the basketball. Good, tough defense, and the rebounding presence there by the senior. Mandy's played post and point already in this first quarter. Hadley Gross down low to Mandy. Drop step, misses hard off the glass. Right. She looks like a difference maker off the bench as a freshman. Comes away with another rebound. Down to 41 seconds. Rose, yet another steal. Holding on to it, 3-on-1, up ahead to Bradshaw. The layup is good! 16-1. Charles C. Rose, just like Sadie Mitchell in the game before us, making an early defensive run at Dr. McKay Frankham, Precision Player of the Game. It's been all defense for Lyman, and I have to say Charles C. Rose has been in on almost all of those plays at the top of the key so far.
She's been in a lot of them.
Hernandez, or Montoya rather, to Crippen. She loses the ball. Peden comes away with it. Has Charlesy up ahead, as does Mandy Air. Mandy Air with 1 second left. The shot is no good. Nonetheless, 16-1 after 1 period of play. Lyman over Worland on the Benedict's Market and an Ace Hardware board. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come on in Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come on in Hotel and Suites, Casper.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Second period about to begin. 16-1 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. You had this one down going this way in the first quarter, right, Kate?
What's that?
You had this one picked all the way, 16-1 after one quarter?
Totally.
I don't think any of us did. We realized both these teams were very strong. They had very different styles of play. Did not realize in the first period of play, though, that it would go so far the advantage of Lyman. Just one quarter down, though, and should be mentioned, Bryce Hansen sat a lot of it on the bench. She's been in foul trouble. Ball knocked out of bounds. Mandy Air was driving in.
If there's anything that this Worland defense has done, it's gotten Bryce out of the game.
Yeah, and she got the first 2 fouls. That second one was anything but a foul, however. But, that's the calls, though, and that's the way it goes sometimes. Nicole Peden gives the ball up to Timberland Crippen. Worland going from right to left, spins around. At the top of the key, 7:37 left. I think that's Hansen. Yes, Hansen and Caroline Bradshaw looking to come in at the next dead ball. She'll certainly be looking to avoid that third foul call. Ewell down low to Denali Jones and a foul against Mandy. Well, it's early on and no points have been scored, but the body language for Lyman doesn't seem like they're carrying over what they had going in the first quarter into the second.
No, it doesn't. I think sometimes teams get complacent and it's like, oh, we got this 15-point lead, we're fine. And then they stop playing the type of basketball that got them that 15-point lead.
Hadley Gross and Charles C. Rose come out for Caroline Bradshaw and Bryce Hansen. First free throw missed by Denali Jones. She sets up for a second and misses that as well. Nicole Peden chases down the rebound. So the score stays the same. 16-1 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Peden at the free throw line, out to Sage Bradshaw. Then to Mandy Air, hands off, back to Sage. Logan Ewell guarding her. Hansen to the free throw line. Peden drives in, finds some space, uses the glass. And just like she did yesterday, I think Nicole Peden is playing the best basketball of her high school career these last 2 days. Another 2 in for her, first of the game, but she had a couple in the third quarter yesterday on similar aggressive drives, finding her offense. A foul on Sage Bradshaw, offending Logan Ewell.
That's her second, isn't it?
2 quick fouls for Lyman and the second foul for Sage Bradshaw. So both her and Hansen have 2 fouls. Denali Jones, our Darla Hernandez at the top of the key, out left side. Crippen with a triple, misses long. Caroline gets the rebound, 5'3" over 6 foot, went over the backer. Bryce Hansen walks with it as she goes tumbling down to the ground. Things are starting to shift around just a little bit. Now, Worland still hasn't scored, and they're down by 17 points, but you just always have to look for trends in basketball.
Yeah.
And Worland, like we said, they're not going to get rattled. They still don't look rattled.
No, Lyman looks rattled right now.
Interesting, considering they're so far up, but yeah, you're right. The momentum seems to have shifted a bit right through the hands and right through the legs of Darla Hernandez. Maybe not so fast. Kate Wassam shot it right through the legs of her post.
Yeah, I have that as her 4th turnover right now.
And that's an interesting, I mean, a lot of those were caught. That was the first on-forced error, second on-forced error of hers that I have too. Bryce Hansen catches the ball over Hernandez and 2 points on the board. 20-1 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board.
Who shot that?
That was Bryce Hansen.
Thank you.
Of course. 20-1 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 6:15 left in the second period, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. Logan Ewell shoots it from the baseline, no good. Rebound by Mandy Air. Reese Auto Service there for any engine, large or small, in Lyman, Wyoming. Nicole Peden turns around, back to Hansen. She splashed 2 in from distance. Tries a free throw line runner and is fouled back to the free throw line. She went 1 of 2 in her first trip. Hope Sinnott will check in. We were talking about Hope Sinnott about the midway point of the season. She started off pretty rough. And then
she did.
At some point, we realized this girl has become a key cog and a key contributor off the bench for the Lyman Eagles. And I think she found her role when they moved her from the wing down to the post.
A lot of times that helps. I know for me, I switch from being a post to a wing quite often, and sometimes you just find a groove better in one position.
1 of 2 trip for Bryce Hansen has the score 21-1 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Waiting for the inbound to come. Finally does from Darla Hernandez. Kate Wassam with the basketball. You mentioned Wassam with 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Certainly an athletic point guard, but she's had better days than she's showing today.
If Worland's not careful, they're not going to be able to come back. It's already a 20-point lead.
Turnover number 5. Wassam tosses it right out of bounds. And you're right. Like, at some point, they're down 20 points right now. It gets to the point where
not even halftime.
You just don't have the time. But, yeah, you're right. It's not even halftime. 5:33 left, which is why it's not to that point yet, because 20-point runs don't necessarily happen, as we were talking about 7-point runs, 11-point runs. Bradshaw hit in the lane, driving in. Carly Ewell with the block foul, and that's free throws. 1 and 1 for Sage Bradshaw.
That was on Denali Jones, wasn't it?
I think it was on Carly Ewell, actually.
Yes,
Ewell was the person who kind of bumped it into her into Denali. Second foul on Carly Ewell, though. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left in the Reese Auto Service second period.
Some of these girls for Worland are starting to get upset.
I don't know how you couldn't. Kate Wassam looks rattled after a 5th turnover.
She does, and you're right. There's no way that you cannot be rattled by this, but you can't be because you need to come back.
Her free throw missed, and a step out. All right, we're back on now. We had a little bit of internet issues, and I can't say that they'll disappear. We don't have good internet here in Lyman, unfortunately. It's 23-2. Somebody scored, and that was Darla Hernandez, who just got 2 of 2 to drop for Worland. So the score is 23-3 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board with 4.5 minutes to go. Hernandez with the first 2 points of the quarter. Reese Auto Service second period. 4:21 left. Sage Bradshaw to the right side. Bryce Hansen with it. Still no field goals in the game for Worland, however.
No.
Hadley Gross then to Bryce Hansen. Out to the right side, swing around to the left. Lyman up by 20 points. Mandy Ayer through the hands of Hadley Gross. Sage Bradshaw's there to save it, though. Back out right side to Bryce Hansen. Toss to the left side. Charles C. Rose fires from 3. It's good! Charles C. Rose is my darling today for Dr. McKay Frank, a precision play of the game. She is why Lyman got off to the quick start defensively, and she hits a 3 there. That's her second field goal. I also like to credit Mandy Ayer. She's been doing a lot on the inside too. But when Bryce Hansen went out, Lyman as a team really didn't matter. They were just fine. That hasn't been the case a lot this season.
It's so true.
Out to the right side, Hansen, especially when she got her offense going early. When she's been in, she's had a good shot too. 26-3, Worland basketball. This is a true team, and we've loved seeing this Lyman girls team shape from the beginning of the Bridger Valley Invitational to where they are today. It's night and day, as they had to basically have a 100% turnover of varsity players. Down low, Denali Jones has the ball knocked out of bounds and out of her hands by Sage Bradshaw. The players on the court right now, mostly the same.
Yeah.
But they look like different players.
They do. There's been some switch up with Nicole Peden now coming off the bench and Hadley Gross starting, which I think Nicole, she is a great presence for her short moments here and there, and she brings a great presence to the team. Same with Hadley Gross being able to be in there.
Awesome jumper. Finally a field goal, good for Worland. And you mentioned Hadley Gross. She couldn't hit a single shot at the beginning of the year, and now she keeps her shots selective, but she's become a good presence down low and limited moments. I thought it was a sure shot by Charles C. Rose, just missed. 26-5, a little bit of life being shown by Worland late here in the second period.
Well,
Toss
Kate
down
Watson.
low to Denali Jones, and it's in. Yes?
Kate Watson, she got a block on that.
And Wassam with that block there. Turned it over. It's 26-7. Here's where you have to be careful if you're Lyman. You had a 20-point lead. If you give it away here and another turnover to Worland, you could have a fight on your hands. Worland feeling a little bit of life. Brooke Wright is fouled. And it's on Mandy Ayer, I think. Single bonus. Foul is on Mandy. Her second, and it is a single bonus. Brooke Wright to the free throw line. Here's where the momentum's shifting right before Lyman's eyes. Reese auto service second period.
I think it is switching to a point, but you still got to look. They're still up by 19.
They're still up by 19, but Mountain View trailed by what? Was it 9 points at some point to Pinedale?
Yeah.
The free throw goes in, so it's a one shot in, get another shot. Right, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Second shot is no good. Rebounded by Caroline Bradshaw. So if you're Lyman here, you need to get a good shot, convert, and kind of slow the pace a little bit down. The lead's dropped down to 18 points. Yes, it's still at 18, but it feels like Worland is on the cusp of breaking this game back open to make it anyone's game in the second half. Down to the final 2 minutes of the second period. Hansen floats it up, misses off the back handle. Gross fighting for the board, but can't get there in time. Back to Worland, 1:51 left. Denali Jones inbounds to Kate Wassam. Wassam had 5 or 6 turnovers in this first half already. Out to the left side, Brooke Wright looks down low. Hansen nearly came away with the steal. What is the count at? Is it 5 or 6 for Kate?
5.
5, and 3 of them have been unforced.
Yeah.
And that's part of Worland's problem in the first half. If they can clean up just those unforced errors, they're going to get a lot more shots up.
Oh, without a doubt. There were so many that were just walking on the baseline or just throwing it where no one was even at.
They're throwing it way over the head of whoever they were intending to get it to. Timberland Crippen at the top of the key. 1:30 left in the first half. Denali Jones out right side. Right, open for 3. It's way too long, though. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Denali Jones.
Brooke Wright, she should have taken a Jet Dickerson shot there, 25 feet out, and she would have drained it.
26 to 8 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 1:20 to go in the first half. Hansen under the hoop, misses again. Can't find anything to fall from point blank range. 26 to 8. Worland down, but with the basketball. A beautiful feed. Asia Montoya misses on the conversion, though. Bradshaw up ahead to Bryce Hansen. Mandier on the run. Wassam rips the ball down to the ground and takes Mandier with her. That should be single bonus. The foul is on the ground. .55 seconds left in the first half. 26 to 8. Lyman on top of Worland. First free throw is good by Mandier, and that counts as we've been waiting for a shot to fall in for Lyman. It's been a drought. We'll count that one. That's something to slow the pace down, if nothing else, and you don't come away empty-handed from this possession. Trying to get into a championship match tomorrow against Mountain View. Mandier converts on both. It's 28 to 8 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Out to the left side, Brooke Wright has it for Worland. Out right side, Timberland Crippen. 41 seconds left. Down low, Brooke Wright is under the hoop, misses. Asia Montoya hoop in the harm. 28 to 10 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 37.1 seconds left. Montoya's first bucket. A first foul as well on Nicole Peden. Bryce Hansen comes into the game for Caroline Bradshaw. I've given up trying to figure out what Caroline's upset at anytime she comes out of the game. Yesterday, she got fouled on the three-point line and walked to the free throw line looking like she just fouled out of the game. And I'm like, Caroline, what's the matter? Asia Montoya converts on her shot. And it's 28 to 11 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. And one goes in. 3-point play. It's a 17-point differential. A foul against Kate Wassam. Blowing through the screen of Hadley Gross. Puts Mandier back at the free throw line.
Did you see a push on that one?
I didn't see anything.
I
thought it was a clean play on both sides. I was worried they were going to call a moving screen on Hadley because I didn't see anything wrong by what Kate Wassam did. And I didn't see Hadley move either, that being said. But That was my initial thought, was that would be the call.
Well, that kind of seems like the obvious thing that you would see.
Yeah. No, it looked all good to me, and Coach Hoffman didn't see it clearly either for Worland, as he's still scratching what's left of his hair there. Mandy Air goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 29 seconds left. Air 5 of 8 from the stripe today. That's just in the first half. 23 seconds left. A scrum for the basketball under the hoop. A jump ball called. Keep it with Worland. 22 seconds left in the second period. 29-11. Lyman with an 18-point lead and a late sub. Brooke Wright comes in for Worland's Kate Wassam. Timberland Crippen inbounding for Worland. Tosses it to Wright. Out to the left wing, Ewell to Montoya, then right side to Crippen. 14 seconds left. Crippen at the top of the key. Tosses left side to Wright. She was looking to catch and shoot. Does. Misses everything on it. Down to the ground, and another jump ball called. Lyman's ball. Bryce Hansen comes in for 5 seconds of play. Playing with 2 fouls. I'd assume they'll try to get it to her for one last shot. Mandy Air with the basketball. Races with it. Down to 2 seconds left. Nicole Peden can't handle the pass, and the buzzer sounds. A half quarter missed by Denali Jones. It's 29-11. Lyman scores 13 in the quarter and 10 points for Worland. So they're climbing back, but that big hole down 21-1 is the reason they still trail by 18. Third period coming up in about 10 minutes from now. It's a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball at the 3A West Regional Semifinals on MyLocalRadio.com and KADQ 98.3.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
29-11 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman leading Worland, and the winner of this game goes on to the regional championship tomorrow against the Mountain View Buffs. And we're joined by Mountain View head coach Jess Moretti right now. First of all, congratulations, 2 wins in 2 days. Trying to get a third one tomorrow. How'd you feel about the way your team came out in the second half today.
Yeah, thank you. You know what? They did a great job. They responded. We made our adjustments that we needed to at halftime, and a little bit talk on defense too, as far as what we needed to adjust there. And part of that is making sure they're communicating and talking, which they weren't. And so I made them promise me they're going to talk for 16 minutes with each other on defense and be better, in the gaps and on help and backside and, all those good things. And so, between them working hard and having great assistant coaches, giving me feedback and adjustments that we need to make, it took all of us, and we did. Yeah, we got it done. It was a great job.
You're down by 9 at some point to Pinedale. I think that was the highest. And, we were talking about big leads as Lyman goes up 21-1. And I was getting worried at that point because even if you start get going, you've spotted them 9, and it's just a matter of that point playing catch-up. Your defense really responded at certain points, and we both loved the way Sadie Mitchell played defensively today.
Yeah, you know what she did? She stepped up, and, a lot of the time she does read the ball really well. Off of the ball, she does. And so she does come up with a lot of steals, and she was pretty key on that today. So I was super proud of her being heads up on. And then, I think defensively the difference was, some of in the first half I thought we were extending too far out when we weren't on the ball. Okay. And so one thing that they've got to settle in and be in that gap rather than being so concerned about their person, And so kind of making sure. So just my big thing was to kind of get them refocus and back in check on Mountain View defense.
What made Pinedale so tough today? And you've had some good back and forth with them, and you've been able to pull away all 3 times, but it's never been an easy victory when you've taken them on.
Yeah. Today, it's hard to win a team 3 times in one season, first off and foremost. And so, we knew it was going to be a battle, and they have Hanson back in their mix the last few weeks, and it changes the whole dynamic of the team. And so, we've just been able – it was kind of interesting. Every game that we played them, we actually extended the lead more and more. I think the first game we won like by 7 or 8, and second time we played them 11, and then this time 19. So we just continued to extend that. So
it's kind of crazy to think that it ended up being a 19-point victory for you going in from the first half to second. You said you didn't make any adjustments until halftime. What was your reasoning for that?
Any major adjustments? Yeah, because sometimes you've just got to try to play it out. And we were hanging. I mean, we had to chip away and kind of get back into it. But overall, I felt like we weren't. It was okay. It was that when we go down offensively, we're making quick shots. We're not making them work on defense. And so we weren't making very good decisions just to slow down offensively. So it wasn't like, and then we got back into it and down by 4. And so there wasn't anything at that point that I felt like was necessary to make any of those big adjustments at that point. And, and it worked out in our favor making that decision. And I'm going to give it to the girls. They work hard.
Yep.
I mean, and it's all in. It's whatever it takes. They work hard. I'm just so proud of them.
Yeah, great start and a championship tomorrow.
Yes, I have to say though, and we did hold them 0 points. They didn't score a single point in the fourth quarter, is what our book had, and so that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I had them with a point, but I'm realizing I misattributed that goes into the third quarter.
Yeah, they did not.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they didn't score a single point. Yeah, they scored 9 in the third and nothing in the fourth, and so that's why I say they worked their tails off, and I'm super proud of them. Yeah,
I love the defensive effort today, and now whether it's Worland or Lyman tomorrow, you've got a good game for you. If it's Lyman, won't ask you anything more about that. We know how those first 2 games have gone. They've been crazy ones. And, of course, it's here in Lyman. But congratulations getting into state as well. We know you're there next week, and we'll be there with you.
Awesome. We're excited to have you guys follow us along. Thank you.
Coach Moretti for the Mountain View Buffs joining us at half. We'll take a break now and come back with the second half after this. With MyLocalRadio.com, you get to stay up to date with Lyman and Mountain View sports by watching all of the games live in the convenience of your own home. Now you get to keep up with your coaches, athletes, and teachers throughout the week with the Bridger Valley Coaches Corner. Weekdays during the school year, the Bridger Valley Coaches Corner will run on KNYN 99.1 FM at 3 p.m. and keep you up to date with the most interesting storylines from Lyman and Mountain View in football, volleyball, basketball, swimming, running, golf, and more.
We'll also check in with different students and teachers from the two schools throughout the year. 3 p.m. Monday through Friday on KNY and 99.1 FM is the Bridger Valley Coaches Show presented by MyLocalRadio.com. Stay connected.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Second half about to start. Kate, tell us what the tale of the tape is. We know an 18-point lead's not going to be pretty for the team down. But looking at the statistics, they haven't got many shots off, and so much of that is because they can't hold on to the ball.
They can't hold on to the ball. They have 14 turnovers right now. They're shooting 16% from field goal range.
Unlimited shots as well.
Yeah.
What's their overall shots taken and made? They've made 3.
They've made 3. They've taken 15 from 2. They're sitting at 20% from 2. They've shot 4 3-pointers, and they haven't made a single one.
Yeah, and it's been a rough start for Worland. However, the second quarter started to roll a little way, a bit towards Worland, and they were only outscored by Lyman 13-10 in that second quarter. Now, the big thing for Lyman was they started the first quarter off 16-1, so they got that big lead out in front.
Mm-hmm.
But don't count it out. If you're Lyman and you come out thinking that you've got this game wrapped up, you could be in for quite an upset.
You know, there's a little boy on the other side of the court who's in a full Steph Curry outfit.
Celebrating his comeback. Is it today?
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. How did Steph do?
I mean, they lost.
How did Steph do?
I don't know. I haven't looked yet. I know. Homework gets in the way of everything. But I think they need Steph Curry right now if Worland needs to get back into this game. They need a Steph Curry. Not a Seth, but a Steph.
Well, yeah, not too many teams. Not too many teams need a Seth Curry.
No.
I don't even think the Mavericks need a Seth Curry. I think that's who he's on.
And you know what? It's kind of cool because we can trash Seth Curry because I don't think he's going to be tuning in.
But if he is, we'll be hearing from him. And remember to send all upset emails care of Kate Bullender. And Casey, I won't give away your email.
Thank you.
Out to the Worland, and we start the second half with a foul. Denali Jones picking up the shot. Put back attempt from Logan Ewell. And Jones is to the free throw line. At the free throw line, 5 of 11 shooting for Worland, though. They have not been able to convert at a high clip at the stripe either, and Denali misses on her first shot.
Well, this would only be a 12-point game if they had made those free throws.
Second free throw is good. Second half underway, and it's 29-12 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. First possession for Lyman. Charles C. Rose loses the ball momentarily. Mandier picks it back up. Foul against Kate Wassam. And that was a foul. That was a reach-in, trying to be aggressive and get the steal, but that was definitely a foul. A third on Kate Wassam.
And it's unfortunate because I don't agree with her second foul. I don't think that she.
Oh, that, well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she did anything with Hadley Gross when she set that screen. So it's unfortunate that now she has to come out of the game.
Yeah, well, I didn't agree with a couple of people's second fouls. I didn't agree with Bryce Hanson's second foul.
No.
You can't get punished for blocking someone's shot. 3 ball up by Hanson, no good, out of bounds, and last touch by Mandy Ayer. 29-12 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board, and once Worland gets into double digits, they look like they're coming out with a resolve, but can Lyman's defense hold on? Well, the press is immediately broken, and Darla Hernandez gets a quick 2 out of the gate. So just out of the break, we've had 1 free throw in. Now Darla Hernandez with a 2, and Lyman's press, or Worland's press, is being a little bit pesky. A broken press. Charles C. Rose gets a layup in for Lyman. First 2 of the quarter for Lyman, 31-14. Down low, Hernandez converts quickly. You got to be scared if you're a Lyman fan about the rate and the clip that Worland is converting points at. To the middle of the court, outside, knocked out of bounds. And if you're Lyman, you play a faster paced game, so you don't want to slow it down because then you're you're not playing your game. You're playing not to lose. But it's a 15-point game. And if it gets 5 points closer to 10-point game, I'm sorry, that 20-point lead has been erased, and it's anyone's game at that point.
Especially with this Worland team. There's a reason why they were the #1 seed.
And a knock out of bounds. Timberland Crippen nearly came away with a steal. Bryce probably needs to come toward that pass just a little bit more and realize her defender's going to try to get a steal at every juncture. That may cause a foul as well. Down low into the blocks. Hansen rejected by Jones. Back to Worland. Timberland Crippen with the basketball. Across the timeline from left to right in the second half. Worland basketball. They're in the white jerseys, orange numerals. Blue jerseys, bright, crisp blue jerseys for Lyman. Underhand, Carly Ewell misses. And Logan Ewell rather, and the rebound by Air. Up ahead, Sage takes the pass from Caroline. 2 points on the board for Lyman. 33-16 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 6:13 left in the third period. Brooke Wright starts the second half. The freshman played a lot of minutes in the. She comes in pretty quickly, I should say. Kate Wasson picks up her third foul. Denali Jones down low. Hadley Gross called for the foul.
Was that Hadley or was that on Bryce?
I'm pretty sure that was on Hadley. Yeah, it was on Hadley.
Okay.
She got caught as Denali came around. She had her hands up and Denali got caught in them. Was it a foul? Was it not? Either way, that's where the contact came from.
All right.
Jones misses at the free throw line. She is 3 of 6. 6:09, no, make it 5:58 rather, in this 0 for 2 trip by Jones. Rebound, Hansen, long pass right into the hands of Jones. Someone is getting called for a foul. Was it Sage? Was it Denali? It looks like it's against Denali Jones. No, it's against Sage Bradshaw. She was behind, so I thought it would favor the player in front. Denali looks a little bit sore.
Yeah, she does.
She got hit in the back. She continues to stay in. The referee was checking her out to make sure she's okay. And she says yes. I think the answer is no, not really, but I'm not coming out of this game right now, not with momentum. Trying to shift our way. Crippen with a high free throw. A layup is good. 33-18 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Now we're down to that 15-point mark again.
Yeah.
Sage inbounds to Mandy Aaron, and then she's fouled. Second foul on Lyman. This is why you love these regional semifinal games. It's just a different game. A 20-point game is over so many times. But at no point did I count Worland out.
No.
Even down 20-1. Too much time on the clock. If you're up 20 with the fourth quarter in 3 minutes, probably. But in the first half, you better stay on the ball and continue to score buckets. Lyman basketball, Bryce Hansen has it on the baseline, and a timeout taken by Coach Hansen. We'll take it as well. 33-18 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman on top of Worland by 15 in the third period. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
33-18 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. 5 minutes, 29 seconds in the third period remains, so we've still got 14 minutes essentially of basketball to go in a 15-point game. 33-18 sounds a lot better than 16-1.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see the points start to add up and Worland's confidence growing. Defensively, they look sharp.
They do. Well, we just heard in that ad from Chief Sports Medicine, no excuses, just results. And they didn't make any excuses, and now Worland's giving results.
Yeah, they are impressive the way that I expected them.
Yeah.
This is a semifinal game. This isn't consolation. I think in a consolation game,
this could happen,
it probably happens and it gets out of hand, although that did not happen in the Mountain View Lyman game.
No.
With your life on the line and the season on the line, 33-18. A top seed is pretty important on the girls' side as you want to avoid Douglas as much as possible. hold them off until maybe a championship match. Bryce Hanson down low, misses. Put back by Mandy is good. Mandy Ayer's been outstanding in this game. She's got to the free throw line a lot today. She's got some boards, she's got some steals. Darla Hernandez gets another 2 on the board.
And Darla's come alive in this second half.
Yeah, 6 points for hers. Caroline Bradshaw on the other side, misses the layup, gets her own board, put back shot, no good, can't get a second board. Back to Crippen. Worland basketball, 35-20. Don't foul, Caroline. And then she backs off. But it was too late. She was running in from behind, and so many times she's run into her girl. Bryce Hanson on the steal, throws to Caroline as she trips down to the ground, back into the hands of Worland, and then a bad pass. Oh, what do we got here? What's the call? Block on Hadley Gross, I think.
Is that Hadley's third?
I think it's just her second.
It's her third.
That's her third foul. 2 fouls on Bryce Hanson. She picked those up both in the first quarter, didn't she?
Yeah.
And been playing with those 2 ever since. 4:33. I think Caroline might have heard me. She backed up about the time I said that. Back underway here. Worland has Ewell on the outside, misses a 3. Bryce Hanson skies up and grabs the rebound out of the air. The point guard takes it across from right to left for Lyman. 35-20 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Caroline Bradshaw has the basketball. Tosses out right side to Charles C. Rose. Then to Bryce. Down low, air, gives and goes right through the hands of Nicole Peden. Ewell has the basketball. Bradshaw fouls. She stabbed in, trying to come in and make something happen. And the foul on Bradshaw. With 4:04 left. It's the 4th team foul for Lyman already. Not even halfway through the 3rd period. Inbound to Brooke Wright. 35-20 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Catch and shoot, rejection on the 3-point line. Bryce Hanson's hit the ball out of the air on the shot from Timberland Crippen. Nicole Peden comes away with the steal. Takes it across outside to Charles C. Rose on the right corner. Clock rolling down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 3rd period. Mandy Ayer with the basketball on the left wing. Looks down low to Hanson. She was there, misses short. Put back shot is no good. Fouled though. Puts Hanson on the line where she's 2 of 4 today. 10 points in the game for Bryce. Led the way among all scorers. Second foul on Brooke Wright. And Hanson misses the shot. Tough free throw day for Bryce.
It is. For everyone around, it's been kind of a tough day.
Yeah, it's not been a great day at the line. Mandy Ayer's been about 50%, just a bit above.
63%.
Yeah, well, 1 shot is the difference, is what my thinking behind that.
Yeah.
She's 5 of 9, I think. And a 1 of 2 trip by Bryce Hanson. She's 5 of 8 on the free throw line. Mandy Ayer is today. Carly Ewell on the left corner, tosses into the post. Looking for Asia Montoya, but Caroline Bradshaw comes away with it. Gets double team, tosses up ahead to Peden, out to the right side. Charles C. Rose back to Caroline. Hanson open on the wing for 3. Off to the left, no good. Clock at 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 36-20 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Madison Harris replaces Bryce Hanson. Well, this is best case scenario for us. How exciting would it be if Lyman can hold on today, and tomorrow we have part 3 of Mountain View Lyman. Last week's was incredible.
The last 2 times they played, it was incredible.
Pretty good until the end. Of course, it kind of got away from Mountain View that first time. Darla Hernandez trying to have something to say about that, though. She has 8 points in the quarter, 36-22. Lyman needs to hold on. This is Worland's game right now.
Yeah.
It's their quarter. Out to the right side. Charles C. Rose with the basketball. Loses it. Carly Ewell with the steal. Takes it across from left to right. Brooke Wright. Dribbles into the middle. Sinnott. No, I think it's a block on Caroline. If it was a reach, it would have been Sinnott, but I think that block comes against Caroline. Yes, it does. 5 team fouls. They called that as Caroline's first. That's her second foul. The reason that the book says that is because they never put up her first foul on the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
But that's her second. You remember very clearly her fouling right down there. So that's.
Did she foul or did she just knock it out of bounds?
They showed it as a foul, but maybe not. Darla Hernandez has a 10-point quarter. And a timeout taken. No, excuse me, a foul, rather, on Timberland Crippen, her third. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left, and here we are, 12-point game.
Yeah.
I said if it gets to 10, it's anyone's contest. Yeah, it's anyone's contest at 12 points, a 4-possession game.
And there's still 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in this third.
At 20-1, it's great, but unless you keep it up and it's 80-4 at the end of the third period, well then, or the end of the game, I guess 60-3 would be that pace. Well, they can come back from a 19-point deficit with that much time, and Lyman's being sloppy with the ball, losing another pass. Foul or a jump ball called, I can't tell yet. Darla Hernandez, I think. Yeah, it was a jump ball, so it goes back to Worland. 2:05 left in the third period. Coach Hansen's looking for some answers right now. His team's just not playing with that same crispness, and maybe Worland came out a little jittery in that game because they look like a different team offensively and defensively. You mentioned if they could take care of their unforced errors, they'd be in this game. Well, they have. 36-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bounce pass down low to Hernandez, then to Montoya, fouling. Bryce Hansen picks up her third, and Montoya to the stripe. Well, what do you do if you're Coach Hansen here? It's her third.
It is her third.
And Coach Hansen's leaving her in. I think he gave her instructions to guard someone else maybe. That would have been Darla Hernandez. I don't know if that's the matchup you want to avoid any fouls, but I'm not sure. I didn't catch exactly what it is. But Coach Hansen's leaving Bryce in for the moment. And both free throws miss. Free throws are saving Lyman right now in this contest. Worland has been pretty poor from the line. A steal by Kate Wassam. Back into the game. She races from left to right. Missed the travel. Asia Montoya walks with it. 1:32 left. I think that was maybe a bit of a makeup call because there was a clear travel miss by Wassam, and he was too late to call that one. And then just a bit, I don't know that Asia actually traveled. It was close to it, but I think it was 50-50 play. 36-24 and a bad pass into the hands of Asia Montoya. Mandy Yair threw that one away. Brooke with the basketball. Up top to Wassam. Thinks about a three. Into the hands of Bryce Hansen. It's been a while since Lyman came away with a steal. Brooke right from behind. Foul. No. A push off by Bryce. Is that the call?
Yeah, fourth foul on Bryce.
Her fourth foul on a push off in front. Well, you have to take her out now. And last time this happened, Lyman actually maybe responded very well, even better with her on the bench. Inspired play without their point guard. They won yesterday without their point for stretches. What happens here?
I don't know.
Oh, that was a rhetorical question. 36-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. And an overthrow just like that, an unforced error returns for Worland. Nicole Peden racing up the far sideline. Ewell stabs at the basketball. Rose at the top. 58 seconds left in the third period and a 12-point game. 36-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Charles C. Rose on the far sideline has the basketball. For Lyman, it's not been a good quarter. They have 7 points. Darla Hernandez has 10 on her own. 11-point quarter in all for Worland. Rose with 35 seconds left. Looks out right side to Sage Bradshaw. Dribbles around on the far sideline, back to Mandy Yair at the top, down to 26 seconds left. Nicole Peden has the basketball. Possibly trying to play for a last possession. Caroline Bradshaw, down to 16 seconds left. 36-24. Charles C. Rose has the ball at the jump circle. Then to Yair. We're at 10 seconds left. Ewell guarding her. Double team comes in, throws it out and away. Into the hands of Asia Montoya. Wassam across the timeline with 2 seconds left. A shot will not come off. The third quarter ends 36-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Just 7 points in the quarter for Lyman and 4 fouls on Bryce Hansen. We enter the fourth period next. A 12-point game in the 3A West Regional Semifinal. 36-24, Lyman leads Worland on a First Bank presentation of Eagles basketball on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort and serious harm to your health. At Wyoming Dental Specialties, endodontist Dr. Leslie Walker understands the complexities removing infected tissues from inside the tooth, which is one reason why you can trust him to provide endodontic treatment and root canal therapy. With a skilled staff and state-of-the-art technology in our office, we help save your smile and improve your overall dental health. Call today to schedule your appointment, 307-789-5608.
A 13-point quarter for Worland. Just 7 on the board for Lyman in that stanza, and turnovers are now even. 12 in the quarter, Kate, for Lyman.
Yeah.
And a lot of those unforced or just throwing it into traffic. And as we start the fourth quarter, Kate Wassum grabs a steal. Knocked out of bounds by Mandy Air, but she slaps her hands in frustration. She had 4 turnovers, now has 4 turnovers in the second half.
Well, Kate Watson, she's now coming back. She had 5 turnovers in that beginning half, and now she has 3 steals.
1-and-1 free throws. A foul comes in against Lyman. There's 7th. Denali Jones at the free throw line. I'm missing 2 points somewhere because I had 11 points marked in the third period, but they did score 13. 1-and-1 free throw. Denali misses. It's been a bad free throw shooting day for both teams.
It has.
7:41. 36-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. And a foul on Worland. Logan, you called for it. Nicole Peden, after getting fouled, goes to inbound. 36-25 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Nicole Peden has the basketball. Bryce Hansen starts the quarter on the bench with 4 fouls. Her 4th was an offensive push-off foul. Andrew Housekeeper, point guard for Lyman's boys, fouled out earlier today. That was at the end of a hard-fought and emotional Mountain View Lyman game. I don't think either side wanted to face each other for elimination.
No.
Mandy Air with the basketball at the top of the key, down to 7:09 left. Backdoor cut, Rose grabs it. Need the shot, can't get it though. Rose had the board, still loose. Kate Wassum comes away with the basketball. She's running with it. Caroline Bradshaw down on the side, tumbles down to the ground, and a travel called by Logan Ewell. 36-24, still looking for a first point to be scored in the 4th period. Bryce Hansen checks in, 6 minutes, 54 seconds. And Coach Hansen, as she checks in, I think signaled out, you guard this person.
Yeah.
I have an idea of who they're looking at, but we'll see. 6:54 left. I would doubt that they'll put her back in the post.
No, I wouldn't.
Full timeout taken by Lyman. 36-24 in the 3A West Regional Semifinal. We're back in a minute on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you're like me, the Wyoming State Basketball Tournament is something you mark on your calendar every year. Hi, I'm Jake Hibbert, host of the Wyoming Prep Podcast.
And I'm Elon Olive, host of The Pitchfork.
Together, we're set to bring you the best of state basketball coverage this year. Join us on Wednesday, March 11th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on MyLocalRadio.com for the Wyoming Prep Podcast State Preview Show. Elon and I will have some of the biggest names in Wyoming basketball joining us as we break down the 3A and 4A girls and boys brackets. You can also listen live on KNYN 99.1 FM or listen to it after the show's already aired by downloading it from the Wyoming Prep Podcast. Wednesday, March 11th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on MyLocalRadio.com or anytime archived. It's the 3A, 4A State Basketball Preview Show. You won't want to miss it.
Back out of the break, it's Lyman basketball, but they've had trouble holding on to it in this second half. Started off with a 20-1 lead. Throw over from Bradshaw to Bradshaw. Layup is up, misses. Caroline fights for the board, grabs it, races out to the left wing. A second chance does, if nothing else, take some time off the clock for Lyman. The clock is on their side if they use it correctly. Bryce Hansen stays in with 4 fouls. See a methodical play being drawn up here for Lyman, and I can't disagree with it right now. Their running has just gotten sloppy. Try to run a set piece here. Bounce out to Bryce. She drives in, looks out. Charles C. Rose open on the left corner. Continues to run through. I think they're going to reset here. Drive through, and Mandy Ayer draws a block against Denali Jones. Jones jumped in, set her feet, but the block was because she moved into the way of where Ayer was coming.
She did, and that was a right call by the ref.
Mandy Ayer has shot the majority of free throws today for Lyman. She's 5 of 8. Bryce Hansen 3 of 6, and then Hadley Gross 1 of 2. First free throw made by Mandy Ayer. How you shoot the free throws in the fourth quarter has decided several games for Lyman this year. Could be a deciding on being able to close this one out today. Ayer goes 1 of 2. 37-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Ball rolls out of bounds to Worland.
And you know, it would be a lot easier for Lyman if they just made their free throws in the first, second, maybe even third quarter. But you know what?
You know, it'd be a lot easier if they made every shot they ever took, too.
It's so true. It's so true. But I don't know what their shooting percentage is when it comes to the fourth quarter of shooting free throws.
Sometimes it's been incredible.
Sometimes it has been incredible.
And then sometimes it's been 1 for 12.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably in the 56 to 57% range because one game it's 95% and one game it's 15. 37-24 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Kate Waston with the basketball for Worland. Close to a walk, back to Darla Hernandez. 13-footer is in. 37-26 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Hernandez was held scoreless in the first half. I have her with 12. She might have 14, let's say that, because I was missing 2, and I don't remember anyone but Darla getting the field goals in.
She has 14.
14, there you go. 37-26 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Bradshaw, top of the key shot, no good, and Denali Jones with the rebound. Trying to make it a single-digit game for the first time since it was 10-1. Out to the right side. It's Kate Wassam on the corner. Bounce pass off the foot of a Lyman player. Denali Jones got the shot up, but it's waved off for a travel. She stutter-stepped. Sage Bradshaw was all over that call. She was racing back down, calling the travel herself. She was like, all right, let's go this way. 5:23 left in the fourth quarter. 37-26 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Mandy Ayer takes it across the timeline from right to left here in the second half. Ayer for Lyman has been pretty good from the free throw line, just above 500%, but it's kept Lyman with that double-digit lead that they hold right now. Down in the right block, Bryce Hansen jabs in, then steps back out, gives off to Sage Bradshaw. We're down to 5 minutes. Near side, it's Charles C. Rose. Brings Denali Jones out of the paint. Kate Wassam's in the post. Maybe you attack there if you can get an opening. Sage Bradshaw has the basketball, starts to drive. Picks it back up, then back to Bryce Hansen. Hansen at the top of the key with 4:40 left. We're almost up to about a minute possession for Lyman here in the half court. 37-26 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Look to the free throw line, then back out to the left side. Charles C. Rose to Bradshaw, over to the right side. Bradshaw down low. Hansen loses it, out of bounds. Well, it took about a minute off the clock, but it results in no shot. Is that a positive, a negative, or considering the time and no shot, is it about an even?
I would probably say it's about even. I don't like running the clock. I think what got you there in the first place is what's going to make you win the game.
I'll stand out and say I think it's a negative because they don't get a shot.
Yeah.
And so they still don't have a field goal in the quarter. Sage Bradshaw with a steal by her off of Hernandez. Picks it up on her side of the court with the free throw line, then back outside to Caroline. Maybe you can run another minute off the clock and then I'll change it back to a positive. Down to 4 minutes to play in the fourth period. A high pass from Gross. Needed the athleticism of Sage to grab it. Caroline to the free throw line. Hadley Gross out to the right side. 3:48 left in the fourth period. Bounce pass up to Mandy Air. She's guarded by Kate Wassam. Bryce Hansen out of the game. She was replaced by Nicole Peden at the last dead ball. Sage Bradshaw with the basketball, loses her dribble. A hesitation by Hadley and Sage leads to a tie-up and possession arrows with Lyman, or with Worland. Well, it was almost another minute. We're down to 3:28. But I still don't know that I want to call it a positive because 3 minutes plus 28 seconds, that's too many ticks of the clock with too many things that could still happen. Full timeout taken. We'll take it with them. 37-26 on the Benedict's Market at Ace Hardware board. Fourth quarter, 3:28 left. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Well, both these teams may need to get their tires retreaded after this contest. It has been up and down the court all game long, and we start back up here. 3:25 left in the fourth period, 37-26. Lyman on top of Worland, playing in the regional semifinals. Winner in the championship tomorrow at 5:30 right here at Lyman High School against Mountain View. It's Worland basketball. Kate Wassam backs up. Bradshaw comes out to guard her. Toss to the free throw line. Look to Jones. Down low, and Denali takes the assist from Darla Hernandez.
That was a nice play by Worland.
Single-digit game. 37-28. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left. A steal by Hernandez. Darla to right, back to Darla to make it 7, and that's what she does. Bryce Hansen and Charles C. Rose make a quick trip back to the check-in table. 2 minutes, 42 seconds. A 3-possession game, but barely. 7-point differential. Mandier across the timeline. Turns around. 2 minutes and 31 seconds and a timeout taken. 2 minutes and 31 seconds. We'll leave it right here. Lyman scored essentially, what were they at? After 20-1, they've scored 17, and Worland scored 19. That can't be right. No, they've scored 29. Excuse me. That's what you have to be worried about because it's a game of runs, and when you have that big of lead, you don't necessarily see when those runs are happening because you can look up and say, oh, we're up by 17.
Yeah.
We're still up by 13. We're up by 7. This is, where's that panic button?
Seriously.
Because I'm ready to press it.
Yeah.
And hopefully these girls aren't because I can panic up here. We can't have them panicking. We're trying to get a dual Bridger Valley Regional Championship tomorrow. But Worland wants nothing to do with that. They're trying to ruin our plans of a 5:30 meeting. And they played excellent.
Yeah,
Worland has played an excellent second half, and it's so hard to do when you score 1 point. We were at a 16-1 game earlier this year, Kelly Walsh versus Rock Springs on the boys' side. Kelly Walsh never was able to recover and basically was dead in the water at that point. It's not the case for this Worland team. They've gone to work, known that they can come back. Now for Lyman, they're looking to find that confidence that they can get back in this game. Inbound to Bryce Hansen. She drives in. Wassam was waiting to take the charge, and Bryce led back and stutter step stopped, and she traveled with it.
I get what she was trying to do.
She didn't want to pick
Kate
up a
Watson
fifth foul.
Was already set,
and
I'm going to back out, but she got the travel called instead.
Yeah, it was kind of like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And she saw that Kate was just set right up. to take a charge. So 2:25 left and Worland basketball. Going from left to right. Out to the left corner. Brooke Wright. Down low to Denali. Misses long. And a whistle blown. Denali Jones picks up the foul. Caroline Bradshaw, 5'3". Got the rebound over 6 foot. Denali Jones. That's the 7th team foul. Puts Lyman in single bonus. All right, Caroline. Time to make your free throws.
There was ever a time.
Yeah, pull out the Neil Diamond, right? 7th inning stretch song of the Boston Red Sox, Sweet Caroline. That was Neil Diamond, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Free throw missed. And a foul on Caroline on the rebound. Looked like she got one of the Yule sisters. It was Carly Yule. So she's headed to the free throw line. Single bonus, 1-and-1 shots. 2:15 left, 37-30. Packed gymnasium here with really fans from all over the place. Missed 1-and-1. Bryce Hansen secures the rebound. 2:12 left. Behind the timeline, Bryce has just fouled out. She charged against Carly Yule, sent her down to the ground by pushing off, and that's the day for Bryce Hansen.
And this completely changes the game.
Well, she's been out here and there in the first half. It didn't matter in the second. It has. And her day is done. 12 is gone. 11 points for Bryce Hansen today. Fouls out with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, too. That's a lot of time. Offensive foul was the 10th. Timeout taken by Worland. We'll drop a play here. 2:11 left in the fourth period. 37-30 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com.
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
37-30 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. I got, I think, 16 or 17 free throws for Worland. Is that right, Kate? See what you got. We were talking about this off air, and I was trying to count and talk at the same time. 37-30, Worland basketball. Down by 7, but with the ball. Kate Wassam down low to Jones. She's triple team, throws up a shot right into the net. 37-32 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Denali Jones with the double. Mandy Ayer stabbed at from behind. Kate Wassam nearly came away with it. Clock stops at 1:51, a 5-point game. 2 check-ins. Darla Hernandez is in. Yule is in. Well, both Yules are in. Logan and Carly. Kate Wassam and Denali Jones. Lyman basketball. Caroline Bradshaw, Sage Bradshaw passes to Charles C. Rose, Mandy Ayer, and Nicole Pete in the 5 on the court for Lyman. Charles C. has it at the top of the key. Lyman honestly looks like they're in a holding pattern right now. Looking to get fouled, and they'll need to make free throws.
They'll need to score.
It's Mandy Ayer at the free throw line. Well, the good news is Worland's not in a power position right now. They have to foul.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is Lyman's been about 1 for 2 at the free throw line all day long. So if they can't change that, and this is a single bonus, it could get bad in a hurry. Here Mandy Ayer steps up. The senior delivers on the first. She makes her first free throw, 2 of 3 in the quarter. She's been, I think, a free throw over 500 all game long.
She's right now sitting at 64%. The team is
Second
sitting at
shot
55.
good.
Yep.
39-32. You make your free throws, you probably win here. And Mandy Ayer's probably who they go to the rest of the way if they're given the choice. Worland basketball. Brooke Wright has it on the left corner, then to the wing. Drive in by Timberland Crippen. Turns around out right side. Wassum thinks about a three. Drives in, Euro step, float up, no good. Denali Jones can't get the board. Crippen and Hernandez fight for it. 1:15 left. Out to the left side. Hook shot by Jones is short. Rebounded by Hadley Gross. Big board by Hadley there. Lyman basketball. Behind the timeline though. And a foul comes in. Mandier back to the free throw line for single bonus. Brooke Wright with her 4th. Maybe just her 3rd. I had Crippen with 3. Wright with 2. Yes, it's her 3rd. 1:04 left. 4th quarter. And Mandier finds herself back at the free throw line where she just hit 2. Misses on the first, and there is no second. Rebounded by Worland. Racing across. Brooke Wright out to the right side. Wassum back to right. Out to the left corner. Timberland drives into the paint. High off the glass, no good. Gets her own board. Put back shot is up, misses again. Rebound down to the ground. Sage Bradshaw ties up Crippen. Players calling for a travel. It's a jump. I feel like that jump ball has been Worland's all game long, and here it is again. I think it's because Lyman's always started possession.
Yeah.
Or started the quarter with possession. Timeout taken. There's 46.2 seconds left. 39-32 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman had a 19-point lead. They're trying to hold on up by 7 with 46 ticks left. Full timeout. We'll be back after that on a First Bank presentation of Eagles basketball on 98.3 FM and mylocalradio.com.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your
39-32 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Worland basketball down by 7. Inbound to Wassum. Layup is in. 5-point game. 42 seconds. The clock continues to run. Wassum with her 2nd field goal. Inbound to Mandier. She's fouled. 37.8 seconds left. Got to make your free throws again. And as we were talking over the break, no 3-pointers by Worland today. That's a little reason for ease for Lyman, that they haven't shown to have an outside presence. But you got to make your free throws, otherwise they may not need it. They can get shots inside the lane in a hurry. We're into double bonus, and Mandy hits on her first. Mandy's been the only player to shoot from the free throw line in this 4th quarter, and she's hit 4 of 6. A second one is no good. 40-34. Clock resumes, and it's Worland basketball. Wassum with the 3 ball, up and in! Timberland Crippen with the wing 3. Just like that, they hit one, and it's a 40-37. Timeout taken, a foul rather, again against Mandier. Stops the clock at 24 seconds left. Well, where's that been all game? Timberland just fired and delivered from outside. And those 1 and 2 trips can't do it anymore.
No.
You need at least 1, because that gets it to 2 possessions. You cannot give up a tie here.
Well, how many seconds went off the clock
Not
in
many.
just that 1 possession, and that's 3 points?
Not many, about 2.
Yeah.
First free throw good. Mandy has made it a 2-possession game. Sets up for the second, misses. Rebound, Worland. Crippen on the run. Timberland runs into Caroline. Out right side, right for 3, no good. Rebounded by Worland. Racing out, Wassum 2, Darla Hernandez misses the 2. Down to 12 seconds left. Clock still running. Back to right. Crippen fires from the top of the key, misses short. Mandier with the rebound, and that may do it. With a 4-point lead, Mandier rebounds and is fouled up by 4 points. 41-37 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. The senior comes through again, getting that board and fouled at the line. 4 seconds left. There was some good defense played there by Hadley Gross, straight up and down against Darla Hernandez as well. That allowed the no foul call and forced the miss. 5-point lead as Mandy Air hits her first and her second. 4 seconds left, 2, 1, and Lyman is headed to the Bridger Valley Battle one more time tomorrow night against Mountain View. 1 and 2 from the Southwest Conference will decide 1 and 2 from the Western Conference at state. 43-37 your final. Lyman holds on against Worland to win by 6. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on KADQ 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
43-37, the final on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. Lyman advances on to the semifinals, from the semifinals to the regional championship tomorrow against Mountain View. 5:30 p.m. You know, it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed because, one, it's these 2 teams playing. And then on top of this, the regional championship with the boys region championship coming up after this. It's going to be an outstanding atmosphere. And the first 2 times they played, it was great. Better last time because it came down to the last possession.
Yeah.
Don't know who to give an advantage to. Lyman won the first, Mountain View took the second, and the winner will be the number 1 seed and opposite, presumably Douglas. They still have to go ahead and win their tournament, but presumably Douglas on the state the state tournament next week. And either way, both Lyman and Mountain View's girls are into state. What a great game we had. Great start, and then Lyman had to hold on.
Oh, yeah. When Bryce Hansen fouled out there, you could see she was trying to hold back the tears that what am I going to do? What if my decisions and the things that I did makes my team lose because I'm not in there? And it all worked out in the end. They pulled off a win, a great win, and now they're going to face Mountain View.
My first half, Dr. McKay Franklin precision play of the game goes to Charles C. Rose for her defense. My second half goes to Mandy Air for holding on and hitting those free throws in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah. I was worried she needed to make them. I can only imagine the pressure that she was under, that I have to go to the line again.
Yeah.
That everything's on me and on my shoulders, and she did it. She pulled it off. Good for her.
14 points for Mandy Air, 11 by Bryce Hansen, 7 from Charles C. Rose, 4 by Sage Bradshaw, Hadley Gross with 3, 2 by Nicole Peden. On the Worland side, Darla Hernandez, 16 points, all in the second half. Oh, what a different game it had been if Worland had got any of that in the first half.
it would have been a completely different game. That's the only thing that stopped them from really making a difference.
Just shot terribly from the field in the first half. Denali Jones with 8 points, 4 by Kate Wassam, 3 from Timberland Crippen. That made it a 3-point game at 40-37, and 2 by Brooke Wright. Again, your final 43-37 on the Benedict's Market and Ace Hardware board. That's it for us today. We will be back tomorrow with the early bird special again. Get your bacon and eggs and your Mountain View basketball all in one spot. I maybe actually got that as an earlier game. I will double check. Maybe that's at 11 a.m. Oh, how great would that be if that's the case? We may have an 11 a.m. game. We thought we had an 8 a.m. game. Let me double check. But it looks like we may not have to be here till 11 tomorrow. Well, probably a little bit before that. We probably want to get here just before the game starts, at least 10 minutes or so.
Knowing you, we'll be here 2 hours early.
Hey, I've been all right this time. We've done a lot of legwork to get to the point where we can show up all right. I'll take one last look at that so we have that time for you exact. 11 a.m. is our first game tomorrow. Mountain View playing either Big Piney or Lander. Mountain View 0-1 against Lander, 2-0 against Big Piney, but the last game against Big Piney to close out the season, what a contest it was. Well, that's it for us. Again, 11 a.m. tomorrow, Mountain View versus one of those two, and then 5:30 p.m., the regional championship, Mountain View versus Lyman for a second consecutive year. And we will come back with, if Mountain View advances on to an 11 a.m. game, or past an 11 a.m. game with a win there against one of those two teams, then we'll be in the third place game just before that at 4 p.m. So hopefully a true doubleheader for you tomorrow, but at least 2 games coming your way. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbert. Thanks so much for listening on the radio at KADQ 98.3 FM or online at mylocalradio.com tonight and all season long.
The preceding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this mylocalradio.com exclusive of Lyman Eagles Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Lyman broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Eagles!